Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the On Your Side forecast.
Good evening, everybody. It's a Monday night, time for another Climate Matters Monday segment, and we're taking a look at the records set by decades. So what is this? So across the entire United States, 243 weather stations. You have either record cold or record high temperatures or record low temperatures, and they would add up to 100%. So typically with a balanced year, you would have the same number of record high temperatures as low temperatures, as we saw here several decades ago right here. But you'll notice the cold records, the number of cold records, the percentage is dropping off, and we're now having twice as many high temperature records as we are cold temperature records as we've gone into 2010s. It's a pretty steady decline here. It's a good sample. It's all the stations, so very consistent drop off here, and then you see the rise of the record high temperatures. Let's go by station now. We'll take a look at Boise. It's pretty interesting in Boise. We had lots of record cold, more record cold here back in the 1910s, teens and 20s here, and then it was some warmer years, then colder years here. But look at these last couple of decades, only 20%, actually about 10% of the records have been cold weather records, and the other 90% of all the records that have been broken have been warm weather records. So definitely warming there, but you don't see it in Twin Falls. In Twin Falls, you actually even see more cold temperature records and a very balanced last decade here for Twin Falls. So take what you will out of that weather information coming from climatecentral.org. You can get more information there. Here's my precipitation almanac. We haven't had any rain today, but when you take a look at what's happening for the month, 2600. So it's supposed to be at 4600, so we're down a couple of tenths of an inch of moisture where it should be. And as far as the overall for the year, you go back to January, we've had more than a foot of rain, 13.3 inches. Normally we're only at 8.5. This was most of the rain that we had at the end of last year, March, with that soaking moisture coming in. So we're way above average as far as precipitation goes. This is a forecast now of over the next about 24 hours or so. A little more snow coming into Tamarack. Maybe a half inch on the charts here, another 2.5 inches to 3 inches possible at Brundage Mountain. Some of it tonight and some of it later tomorrow afternoon. We've hit 56 for the high temperature today. Precipitation wise, we have a 20% chance tomorrow, that middle part of the day. Notice our temperature going up though, because we'll have some sunshine developing later in the day. But look at these temperatures here. You see them starting to drop, and here's a spike going up to the mid-60s on Friday, and then another deep plunge that could drop into the mid-40s. And look at this, holding steady at 47. The long-range charts do show colder than normal temperatures right into that first part of November, which could start preserving some of that snow for this, that it's in the ski areas right now. That 10 inches we saw at Tamarack may not melt off. If we can keep these temperatures on the chilly side, that could be the base that you'll be skiing on this year. Tomorrow morning in the 30s when you wake up and you're heading out to work. We're only going up into the 50s later in the day. But notice how on our cloud cover here, the prime time of day that we see the cloud cover, the middle part of the day. You wake up to sunshine, you're heading off to work, you come home, and it's probably going to be more sunshine, but it's that middle part of the day we have a higher probability of precipitation. You see a 40% chance about midday, 20% chance around that. This is going to be a brief period of rain, and then the computer charts continue to shrink it a little bit, so it may not even rain at all. It may break up before it makes its way in, but we already see rain falling around Lewiston, and some of this will bring some snow showers into the Central Mountains, maybe a sprinkle in the Treasure Valley overnight. Tomorrow's moisture will come from the jet stream right here. It takes another little bit of a dip and tries to push towards the Boise area, but it will dry out as it moves from north to south here. These milder temperatures that you see here, this is what will shoot in towards Friday, and that'll warm us up a little bit, getting us back into the 60s. Let's take a look at that future cast, and you see tomorrow morning heading off to work or school, 8 o'clock, clear skies early on, but notice later in the day, there's the moisture here pushing from north to south. And now watch closer. This is midday. As it goes to the south, it just breaks apart and it's gone. So it may not make it. So if it doesn't make it, of course, we'll have those drier conditions moving on in. But right now, the charts are showing just a little bit. In fact, the update from 5 to 6 shows this going from 900s to 300s, and it shows the rain retreating to the west. So we have a chance for a little rain in the early afternoon, but not much out of it. A little bit of snow. We've had some snow in the mountains here. McCall, this was this morning, 33 degrees at 8 o'clock. We saw a dusting of snow in the McCall area, but it's very quickly it melted on off. We had some sunshine, but a lot of cloud cover otherwise. Temperature now 39. You'll probably wake up to rain tomorrow morning as opposed to snow. Could be mixed, but I think the snow level is going to be way too high to be getting snow. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, partly cloudy, mostly sunny. Temperatures primarily in the 40s. And so what we're talking about here is chilly weather and drier weather, but then it warms up a little bit during the day on Friday. Here's my exclusive true view of tomorrow's weather today. Here we are going back into the 60s. Here's a little bit of rain coming on through. So early in the afternoon, a chance for some rain showers. And then it looks like we'll see drying out again in the afternoon. So not a lot of moisture with that. West Central Mountains, rain in the morning, snow above 7,000 feet. You see that pushing on through. Not a big system, but there is some moisture to look at there. You see 45 in the McCall, Stanley, Sun Valley. Temperatures likely to remain in the 40s and 50s. Partly cloudy skies. A couple of rain or snow showers possible. We look at this extended forecast here, backing into the 50s, and then by Friday up to 65 degrees. So that's our mildest day, because now Monday is looking like 46. Now that would be the coldest weather, Don. We've had a 49, a couple of 49s already. That's cold.
Cool trend right into November, you're saying?
That's right. And if we keep the cool trend and we can bring some bursts of snow, we'll start to preserve that snowpack. Typically, you're melting that snow off, and it snows at skiers, then it melts. I don't know. There's a foot of snow up there mid-mountain.
We like to look at Thanksgiving weekend, so who knows, right?
That's right. Exactly.
All right. Thanks, Scott.